We still hustle daily. What's going on, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Ray. Big Play coming to y'all with another video today. And of course, I got another story time for you guys. All right. So I'm not sure what this one's about, but we are about to find out together. Can you please do me one favor and smash that like button? Y'all already know the deal and the drill. I tell y'all that every time I come on the camera, and some of y'all don't do it. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I don't know. But I appreciate y'all even for watching. So we got a story time. Like I said, I don't know what this is about. Follow me on Instagram. We about to get right into it. Is you ready, Freddie? Let's go.
Get ready with me while I tell you a story about the time I met a girl on Facebook from another state, and I booked a plane and went and visited her, and it was a disaster. Probably about 7 or 8 years ago, I was living with my now husband. He was my boyfriend then. And I got added to this group on Facebook. I don't remember who added me initially, but I got added to a group on Facebook for women who enjoy like herbal refreshments like tea and stuff, right? So I think it was called like Secret Lives of Herbal Wives, right? You picking up what I'm putting down here? So I get added to that group. By the way, I already started this process, got through a 10-minute part, which is why my foundation is already done, and had to start over because the video just quite literally disappeared into the abyss. Anywho, I get added to this group on Facebook by somebody. I'm assuming like maybe a mutual friend of my boyfriend at the times and mine. So whatever, get added. And I'm pretty sure how I initially met this girl was that she had gone live in there one day, and I was like maybe in the comments on her live, probably complimenting her because that's who I am and what I do. And the next thing I know, I had like an actual friend request from her in my inbox. So I added her, and she messaged me pretty quickly on Messenger and was like, hey, like, thanks for like watching my live. You seem really cool. I figured we could be friends. Asked me if I had Snapchat. I said, yeah, I've got Snapchat. I gave her my Snapchat handle, and added her on Snapchat. She started like snapping me all the time, and we ended up becoming really close. Like we were literally talking to each other every single day at one point. Eventually we get to the point where we're talking every single day, and we really hit it off as friends, you know, like we've just really clicked. I can't really explain it any other way than that. Sometimes you just meet friends that you just click with, and at the time for me, she was one of those people. And it was just a bummer that she was literally like 1,100 miles away from me across the country. So, you know, that was kind of sucky. And we often talked about like, oh, I wish I could like meet you in real life. But I never really thought of it as like an actual possibility or probability at all. And we talked like that for probably a year, where we're like talking every day, Snapchatting, drinking tea together on FaceTime, and eventually she asks me to come out and visit. she can find me cheap plane tickets. Her boyfriend's really good at finding cheap plane tickets. And, you know, I can stay with them. She just finished their guest bedroom. And I can come stay with them. I won't need to pay for a hotel. She'll cook me breakfast, lunch, and dinner each day that I'm there, so I won't have to pay for food. And, you know, I was very hesitant at first. Like, I was very unsure about it, because I, like, knew her. I felt like I knew her my whole life, but, like, I didn't really know her, you know? And there was an element of, like, stranger danger for me. But also, like, I really couldn't afford it. My boyfriend and I were struggling. He had just gotten a DUI. We were paying for the lawyer for that. He didn't have a license, so he couldn't really, like, go anywhere without me if I went out of town. I was really on the fence about it, and I was like, I was really hesitant. I was really kind of trying to talk her out of the idea and telling her, like, look, I really just don't think it's a good time. I can't really afford it, and all that. Well, eventually she offers to pay for half of the cheap plane ticket that she found. She found, like, a clearance plane ticket. And she convinced her boyfriend to pay for half of this ticket. And so, like, I'm feeling pressured now at this point, and I'm like, okay, all right, fine, I'll come out there, you know, like. But then I start getting, like, excited about it. Like, I was a little annoyed at the pressure that she put on me, but at the end of the day, when I had the ticket booked and the trip planned, I was excited. My boyfriend was pissed. He thought I was crazy for going across the country to meet a complete stranger, which he was not wrong about. But we were also having some problems at home, and I was wanting and needing to get away for a while. So I put my foot down. I said, fuck it, I'm going. I'm sorry that you don't like that, but I'm gonna go. So it caused a huge rift in my relationship as well. But I went. And it was also my first time on a plane ever. Did that alone for this trip. Get to the airport, took a Xanax, got on the plane, everything was fine. Got to Vermont. She picked me up from the airport with her man. And it was great. Like, we were super excited to see each other. We, like, ran. It was like a scene from a movie. Like, we ran, we did a running hug, we hugged each other. I think we cried a little bit. We were super excited to finally be meeting each other, because we had talked every single day for probably a year or more and become really, like, best friends in that time period, but had never met in real life. Had no pictures together, you know, like, we were super excited to be able to take pictures together and, like, feel like real life friends, right? They picked me up. We head to a Starbucks because I wanted coffee, and they were like, we got you. Because I think my flight was, like, super early in the morning. I'm pretty sure I had to go to the airport at, like, 3:30 in the morning, so I was, like, really tired when I got off the plane. It was, like, I don't remember what time in the morning, but it was still fairly early when I got there, so I wanted coffee. We went to a Starbucks. I, like, called my boyfriend, let him know, like, I landed, I'm here, they're cool, like, they're not kidnapping me, they're not murdering me yet, like, and, you know, things were fine. We had our coffee and everything was good. So we get to the Starbucks, we drink our coffee, we're catching up. It literally feels like I've known this girl. Ew. It literally feels like I've known this girl my entire life. And like, it's hard to explain, but it literally felt like I was meeting an old friend, like, and so we leave the Starbucks and she is like, okay, we're gonna stop at this place on our way back. And then we're gonna hit like a nature reserve tomorrow. Like, I will give the girl that she had everything planned out. Like, I will give that to her. Like, she had a whole itinerary for the entire like time that I was gonna be there. We were gonna do this the one day. We were gonna go to like a waterfall thing. One day we were gonna go to this nature reserve. The second day, she had like bars and restaurants planned out for, like, she had to work one of the nights that I was there, and she planned for her boyfriend and his friend to like take me out to the local bars during her little 4-hour shift or whatever. Like, she had everything planned out, right? Like, immaculate. But I started noticing fairly quickly that her and her boyfriend bickered at each other a lot. And it wasn't anything serious. It's not like they were arguing about super serious, like, personal issues in front of me, but they were literally just arguing the entire time I was there. And it was usually her picking at him. Picking and picking and picking at him. Like this one particular one that I remember secretly, like, just being disgusted and like wanting to get out of the car and like run to the nearest like train station and find a way home. But she literally, like, her phone was dying on the way to the beach, and like she was using her GPS to get there, and she was like, oh my god, my phone is gonna die and blah blah blah. And he was like, well, I've got my phone, like, we'll make it, don't worry about it. And she was like, do you even have a charger in here? And he's like, yeah, like, I'm sure I've got one somewhere. And she's looking around. Well, then the charger wasn't working or something, and she was just taking it out on him and was like, God, you're so fucking stupid. Like, I can't believe you would fucking not put a charger in here that works and blah, blah, blah. Like, and was just like going off on him. And he was like, can you not argue with me right now? Like, in front of your friend? Like, this is embarrassing. Like, he was straight up calling her out and being like, this is embarrassing. Can we not do this right now? You know? And I literally felt like a kid in the backseat whose parents were like arguing or something. Like, it was insane. Insane. So yeah, that was probably the moment that I started regretting coming on the trip. Although there were a lot of little moments leading up to that. Like, every time we hung out, all she wanted to do was drink tea. Like, the whole time I was there, she just wanted to drink tea. And she wanted to drink more tea and drink more tea. And like I said earlier, my boyfriend had gotten a DUI, and so like I had been not drinking tea in solidarity with him. And so, like, my tea tolerance was really low, and all it did was, like, make me really tired. And I tried to explain that to her. It was like, girl, I'm just gonna sleep this whole trip if this is all you want to do. And, like, she took that the wrong way and, like, took it as kind of an insult. And, like, girl, like, do you. By all means, do you. But I just can't, like, and she just didn't get it. So then, you know, I eventually come back home from the trip, and I do feel like it made my boyfriend and I stronger. We really missed each other while I was gone, and whatever, but our friendship was never really the same after that, because I had zero tolerance for her complaining anymore after that. Like, I just couldn't take it anymore. I realized after I went out there, like, what a shitty person she was. Like, if you can treat the man that you love that way, I don't know, there's something wrong with you. Like, the way that she was treating her significant other was really appalling to me, and I didn't really look at her the same after that trip. I think she sensed that because I wasn't talking to her as much on Snapchat anymore. We weren't video chatting as much anymore. And I want to say she confronted me about it one day. And I just straight out, flat out told her, like, I can't be your friend anymore. Like, all you do is complain. One of the things she did, even in the year that we were like besties, she was a chronic complainer. And every time we would talk, she would be complaining about some set of circumstances in her life that were completely out of her control, that, you know, was befalling her. And she would be like asking me for advice and wanting to vent, and like she would always be asking me for advice, but then would never take the advice I was giving her, and then would continue to complain about the same problem. And she did that a lot. She at one point added me to a group with a couple of other girls that she had added from that same group, I believe, that were her friends through that group as well, that she probably got close with in the same manner that she got close with me. And she started a group on Snapchat with those two girls and myself. Those two girls and myself are still like this. Those two girls and her, not friends anymore. We literally started our own group. We left her group and started our own group with the three of us because we couldn't take her anymore. Like, it was just constant complaining all the time, about like her boyfriend is never gonna marry her. They've been together 9 years and he's never gonna put a ring on her finger. It was always like somebody else got engaged, and she would be like completely depressed because someone else in her life was getting engaged and it wasn't her. Which I get, like, I've been there when I was going through my infertility stuff. Like, I get those feelings. But it was every single day, all day long, that she was obsessing over this. And I can't imagine the pressure that her poor boyfriend was under. I think they are finally engaged, but still not married. And I don't blame the guy. The way that she treats him is terrible. So, when she messaged me and asked me like why I had been so distant or not around as much, I was just very honest with her and told her, like, you're too much for me. You only ever think about yourself. You don't care about other people. She never, like, when I would be talking about something going on in my life, or I would be upset about something and venting to her, talking to her about it, you could tell she was completely disinterested and just waiting for her turn to speak. And so, like, I basically told her all those things. Like, I was like, you're kind of a shitty friend. Like, you don't really, like, you just want to complain and talk about yourself. And you don't really want friends. You just want people to talk about yourself to. And complain about your life to. And you're kind of a terrible person and a terrible friend. And it really fucking hurt her feelings, rightfully so. And it pissed her off. And we have not been friends since. But funnily enough, her boyfriend stayed friends with me on Facebook all these years. And I have always known, before anybody gets in my comments and says it, I've always known that she probably secretly creeps me from his profile. But I do the same thing, so. So touche. So she had a baby a couple years ago, and at the time I felt some type of way, because I was like, man, like at one point we were really close, and like I always thought that we would be in each other's lives for those big milestones. But then I had to remember that she's a crazy bitch. And the other day, okay, so I thought I had a screenshot of the friend request. I do not. She friend requested me the other day. And I was like, you know what? Being a mother can humble you in a lot of ways. So let me just give this girl another chance. I'll add her back on Facebook, right? She did the hard part and sent me the request, so I'll go ahead and add her. So I added her. And then proceeded to like go tell our former friend, like her former friends, my still friends in our Snapchat group, like, guess who just friend requested me? So then today I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I added her on Facebook. This was yesterday. I was like, let me go look and see like pictures of her baby, you know? So I went to look her up and go to her page. Y'all. So when I went to search her on Facebook, the only thing that came up was a post that I had made and tagged her in from like 7 or 8 years ago when we were really good friends at the time. It had her old Facebook name, but it was blue, so I clicked on it and it took me to her current page, where I saw this and realized that she literally added me for like 24 hours and then deleted me. So also a little fun tidbit, when she sent me the friend request on Facebook and I hit add or confirm or whatever, I hit it twice and it sent her a wave. And I was mortified, and I immediately messaged her old friends and was like, I'm mortified. I just added her and I accidentally waved at her, and they started laughing and they were like, oh boy, here we go. But nothing ever came from it. She never messaged me. She never waved back. She never did anything. So then when I discovered that she had deleted me as a friend after adding me only 2 days prior, I typed up this lovely message. And then I screenshotted this and I sent it to my group with my girls. And they were like, I was like, should I send this? And they were like, send it. So what did I do? I sent it, and what did I find out? Couldn't send. Somebody fucking blocked me. Not only added me and then deleted me, but blocked me from sending them messages. So the moral of the story, folks, is don't meet up with people that you met online, even if you think they're cool as fuck. Because you might end up in a situation 1,100 miles away from home that you can't get out of. The entire trip was, I was like on pins and needles the whole time, not knowing like what her attitude or affect was going to be like that day. And if her boyfriend was home that day, I already knew it was going to be a shit day, and they were going to be bickering all day long. I found myself feeling like I'm in a stranger's home 11 miles away from my home, and like this girl is unpredictable and I have no clue what I've gotten myself into. She proceeded to tell me a story about a time that she met a different girl online and did something similar. I'm pretty sure they crossed state lines. And the girl was only like 15 and she didn't know it. She claims she didn't know the girl was only like 15 at the time. And like, she almost like straight up got in trouble for like trafficking. So after she told me that story, I really was like ready to book a flight home the next day, but I couldn't. Like, I already had like my 2-way plane ticket booked, and I didn't know how any of that worked at the time, so I wasn't able to like switch my flight or whatever. And she was the one that purchased the tickets. Remember, like, you have to remember, I sent her money for half of the tickets and she purchased the tickets. So I had no way of like getting online to fix it or change it, and I was just stuck there until my flight home left. And I think I was there for like 5 days straight. It was insane. So that's my story, and the moral of the story is don't meet people in real life that you met on the internet, no matter how cool you think they are.
All right, and I think we pretty much already knew that that was a weird situation, you know what I'm saying? If I was her, man, I would have been like, man, you was not going nowhere to go goddamn meet up with no girl that you met online, talking about some herbal whatever you was talking about. Hell no, you're not goddamn going, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm glad she alright, you know, it could have ended up way worse. They could have did anything to the goddamn lady, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just glad she alright. And like she said, more of the story is, hey, don't be going to hang out with motherfuckers you just met online, you know what I'm talking about? At least not that type of, I don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But obviously she felt some type of connection with the lady, and you know, they was friends, so it just didn't, you know, turn out right, you know what I'm talking about? And the boyfriend should have went with her, man. They should have made it like a double date thing, you know what I'm saying? They should have made it like a double date thing. If they just, you know, the dude should have went with her and they could have all hung out, you know what I'm saying? Because that, you know, now she's stuck there for 5 days, but you know, and I don't know why the girl blocked her, but hey, people crazy out here, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me. As always, do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, can you please smash the like button before you leave? I greatly appreciate y'all, man, and make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. It's your boy Ray, Big Play, and I'm out of here today.